You just heard Jan van der Sloot say on tape that he sold Natalee Holloway and that he told his father about it. Now, according to Jan, there is a recording of Jan and his father talking about it. Now, we have that recording. You will hear that recording shortly. But first, what does Jan's father, Paulus, say? Did Jan really tell his father about this? We contacted Paulus van der Sloot multiple times, but he would not respond. We went down to Aruba with former prosecutor Jim Hammer to confront Paulus van der Sloot with this new information. We approached Paulus at his office, asking him to react to what Jan told us. How did Paulus react? Jim Hammer joins us live. All right, Jim, what happened?
Well, Greta, first of all, finding Paulus is not the easiest thing. There was a lot of staking out that happens, and that tends to be just like watching the clock pass by. We went by his house, went by his office. Finally, after staking his office out one morning, there he came. I ran out to the front of his office and confronted him there, and he wanted to slip away right away, but then I said, I've got some tapes here. Jan says he's been talking to you about Natalee Holloway. That got him stopped in his tracks. Right at that point, and you can see it in the tape there, I hold the transcript of the actual recordings up to him and I start reading to him. They say, he says, but if I come forward, this is Jan, I can end all of this. His father's listening at that point. And then his father says this, and I'll tell you, to this day, it really troubles me. His father says, but what you've done is pretty bad. Human trafficking is a serious crime. I mean, I'm still left with shivers when I hear that. He read it along with me, asked for a copy of it, walked to his office, and I said, you know, will you help us? Jan said that she still could be alive. At that point, he went in. I knocked on the door for a bit longer. When he came out, I said, listen, Jan says she may still be alive. Will you help us find her? And he closed the door on my face.
How is his English? Because one of the things is that we've had a hard time communicating with him. He says he can't speak English. Did you have any hard time speaking with him?
He spoke fine English. And again, if he had any problem speaking English, he wouldn't have been reading the transcript along with me. And I read him piece by piece. The part where he says human trafficking is a serious crime, where Jan says, you know, I could be let go of this whole thing if they find her alive. He paid very close attention to what I was saying, and in perfect English said, may I have a copy of that, please? At that point, I said, I want to talk to you more about it, and went into his office. Not one time, Greta, did he have any problem understanding what we were talking about.
Did he deny that he had spoken to his son and that that was a transcript of a conversation?
Not once. And again, it strikes me that this were a complete fabrication or a complete off. He had an opportunity to say that's ridiculous. That never happened. He read along with me with very rapt attention, and I can't read his mind, but seemed somewhat startled by this whole thing and very intent on what I was showing him that day.
Did he act confused at all, like he didn't understand what you were showing him?
Not once. Never asked me to repeat it. He didn't interrupt me. I read these key passages to him, and again, he read along with me, Greta, as though he could understand exactly what was happening, and then in perfect English said, may I have a copy of that? I handed it to him and then started to follow him in. But again, no sense whatsoever, Greta, that he either disagreed with this and or didn't understand what I was talking with him about.
Did you get the copy back?
I didn't. I did after he made a photocopy inside the office. I left him the number where we were staying, asked him to please call. We also talked to his law partner, who I think has represented the Calpo brothers, again, trying to get some verification, went a number of times, and polite secretaries, but no phone call back.
Jim, thank you, and always nice to see you.